Hello everybody, today is Thursday, December 19th, and we have the first puppy going home today. We have Miss Teal going home. So today's video is actually starting yesterday on the Wednesday, the 18th. So I'm gonna cut to some of that information right here. Today's Wednesday, December 18th, and we are on the way to take the pups to the vet's office. It is a rainy and drizzly day. The pups are doing really well in the back of the truck. Our vet's office is not close by. We live in a rural area, so nothing is really close by. But so it ends up being about a half an hour, 40-minute round or one-way trip to our vet's office. So they get to spend a little bit of extended time in the truck and get used to driving. And the pups have all fallen asleep. We're about 25 minutes into the drive right now, and they have just conked out. They're comfortable and asleep. It's not a super warm day, it's rainy, but we've got the heat going. We've got the truck is insulated and they're comfortable and just back there snoozing away. So everybody's doing good. We're excited for the vet's appointment. We feel like the pups are doing everything we expect them to do at this age, and they're growing well and healthy and good. They're going to get their first set of shots. They're going to get their well check and their vet certificates for going home. I can't believe the time is here for these pups to start heading out to their new families. We'll be sad to see the pups go, but we're also excited for the pups to be able to end up in good homes. We try really, really hard to screen families and make sure that they're prepared for a puppy and ready for the commitments that a puppy requires and things like that, that it's not just kind of an impulse decision or things like that. We want them to be well versed on the needs of the Vizsla breed and things like that. So we try to do our part to help prepare the families and feel like when their pups are ready to go home, then the families are ready to bring them into their home and have a great future with them as they learn and grow together. So we'll share more with you as things transpire with the pups, and looking forward to everything with this vet appointment. Okay, we're back to Thursday the 19th. We have Misty's pups who are old enough to start going home. They're all doing excellent, and we have a family driving from quite a ways away, not terribly far away, but they're going to be here shortly. And so in preparation for our pups getting ready to go home, then we always try to get them tuckered out and ready for a long drive to wherever they may be going. So we found one of the best ways to do that is bring them to one of their favorite spots, which is here at our pavilion here at the top of our land. So our house is just down the hill from us, and we've got this pavilion that we built up near the edge at the summit of our property, and it's just been a great place for us to hang out with friends and family. And last week we had some friends over for a little barbecue here, and they were able to play with the pups. I didn't get any video of that, but as the barbecue was winding up, we thought, oh, what should we do? And we thought, let's bring the pups up. They'll have a great time meeting the people who we had over and hanging out with them. So pups had good socialization time with them, and now they are getting ready to play their hearts out this afternoon so that Miss Teal can be ready for her drive home. Try to get the puppies tuckered out, and that's one variable. The other variable is we want the puppies empty. Come here, Miss Teal. She's over there. She found something to play with. Here she is. We want the pups empty for the car ride home. So their gas tank right now is about an hour of energy until they're out of gas. So we try to come up here about an hour in advance of families arriving, so that the pups are tuckered out and pretty empty. So they've had limited access to water and food for this time, and then they're ready for their car ride home. And they're not a loaded weapon for the drive home, and they're tuckered out and hopefully just take a snooze for the rest of their way home. So we got Miss Teal here, Miss Purple, and over here we got Light Pink. She's got a leaf that's probably tracked in on my boot. And we got the two blue boys here. Actually, Light Blue's got a leaf as well. So they're all feeling like their treasure is a leaf at the moment. Miss Yellow here and Miss Gray. She's zooming back, and here she is. Miss Gray zooming back and forth. And Light Pink is over here. So these pups are ready for their new families. They're at this age, they have spent enough time with their litter mates to learn some manners with each other. They're fully weaned and healthy and growing, and emotionally and mentally they're ready for their next stage in life. And obviously if the pups end up staying here for a little bit longer, there's no detriment to that, with pups going home a little bit later. But at this age, this is a stage where they're capable and ready for their new families and starting their next chapter in life. It's always kind of a happy, sad time for us to have the pups start departing. It always feels like when a handful of them start heading out, then it's like we look in our puppy rooms and we're like, hey, who's missing? And it takes us a while to get acclimated to fewer numbers as they start heading out to their families. So Teal's going home today, and we have 2 more pups going home this weekend on Saturday. And then next week after Christmas, we've got 3 more pups going home next week. And then our final pup will be going home shortly after New Year's. So that'll wrap up this group of pups here in the next couple of weeks. Today's a wonderful day to be out playing. It's cool outside. I don't have the puppy heaters in here, the patio heaters. I don't have them on at all. It's cold. I mean, it's not over 40 degrees in here. So this is a little bit of a chance for pups to, they're big enough and they've got enough mass to them that if they're active, they can do fine in cold temperatures. But as soon as they start to slow down and their metabolism is slowing down and things like that, their energy level is worn off, we'll fire up the puppy heaters as needed, keep them all comfortable. But for right now, they're doing just fine without them. So who do we have playing games over here? In fact, this bench is still moved out of the way from when we had some company over here last week. And so we got little Light Pink, happy bouncing around. Little Yellow, she's taking on her big brother for challenge match there. And right at my feet, we've got Miss Purple and Big Blue, Big Dark Blue, and Dark Pink. Got little Light Pink that's tackling Yellow now, having a wrestling match. And Light Blue, he's begging for some attention from me. So, and then over here, Miss Gray, she's exploring the edges over here. In fact, I think she's got to do a potty break. She's acting like she's doing a potty. Oh, I got a puppy that's Miss Teal. She'd actually got her head caught in the corner back here behind that cylinder and the corner of our post. So it was one of those things. She put her head down through it and tried to pull out, and she had to lift her head back up to get her head back out. So she's doing just fine. Miss Teal is right here, so she's doing just fine. One of those lessons every youngster has to figure it out. You can't put your head in every place that it fits one way and expect it to come out a different way. So hard lessons in life to figure out sometimes, but we all do figure it out. So I'm just gonna let the camera roll and let you follow these pups around, playing and having fun. Oh, I will mention we still have our old plastic up. This is our temporary plastic setup. My Amazon order was not fulfilled correctly. Had the boxes of the new stuff, and it came. I went to put it up, and it was the wrong stuff. In fact, I think the new family's showing up right now. So I was wrong. It wasn't the family arriving, it was my neighbors driving by, and I invited them to stop and say hello to the pups for a second. So neighbors down the road were passing through, and I said, "You want to play with the pups?" And they took me up on my offer here. So just gonna hang out with them for a second. All right, we're back. Neighbors just stopped by for a few minutes and said hello to the pups. Their son is in from out of town, and that was their son and two of his military friends from California. So it was fun for them to meet the pups and hang out with them for a little bit, do some socializing for the pups. The pups are still going strong. They've been going for, I don't know, half hour or so. They're gonna start slowing down here a little bit. So we'll get them tuckered out for their next ride home. So you can see Miss Dark Pink starting to slow down just a tad bit. And Mr. Light Blue, he had a little potty break there. I am on poo patrol. We got our little poops we clean up. We love the shavings. Helps for these little wet accidents just like that. Can't expect the pups to have a lot of bladder control here as they're playing, and it's a lot to try to keep up with them. Try to keep the floor in here clean, so the shavings do the trick for us. Absorbent, and they do everything we need them to. So, and we got Miss Gray. She's getting ready for a potty break. That's the typical notice of imminent potty, is the circling. So if you ever see your pup doing that, you better get out the door quick. You've only got about 15 seconds to get out the door. So she's doing her potty, which is what we want all the pups to do. I'm going to grab my little puppy potty bag here and tear it off. So that's what we want to do, is get the pups playing, get them empty before they go home. So all the pups are going to do that. And we'll do a little, oh, we got one of the pups stepped in it right before I got to it. So potty training tips, I'll talk about that while the pups are playing, is we recommend our families plan on taking their pup out shortly after they wake up. They will almost always go potty shortly after waking up. They're going to do a pee almost always after that. And then after food or drink is the other time that they're almost always going to empty out one or both sides. And then besides food and drink, then active play, just like they're doing right now. So if they're initiating with active play, then shortly after they start active playing, just that boost of energy and things like that, they'll want to go potty. So that's what's happening here, which is what we want. Pups are having a fun time chasing Purple. She has got a prize of a leaf, and the other pups are trying to win the challenge of stealing it from her. So Miss Dark Pink, she's going for it. And she lost the challenge, and Purple dropped the leaf. She's gonna find it. Oh, find it. There it is right there. Oh, she found it. There it is. She got her prize back. So who do we got? So Teal's chasing and wrestling, and all these pups are chasing and wrestling. At a certain point, they get really wound up and do all of this, and then they get tired of it and start crashing. So right now they're using the perimeter as almost a little bit of a track as they run around with whatever prize they have. So Purple's got her prize of a leaf. Not playing too much with the toys. The leaves, that novelty is keeping them interested with those. So that's our potty training tip at the moment. And then our traveling tips revolve around having the pup tuckered out, having the pup empty, and then also just being prepared for your drive back. Generally speaking, the pups, if they fall asleep during the drive back, if it's more than about an hour and a half or 2 hours, they're going to wake up on their drive back, and the families can plan to take the next exit after they wake up. We don't recommend using the doggy potty stations at travel centers and gas stations for pups that aren't yet fully immunized with their shot schedules. So we recommend the families find a off the beaten path kind of exit, someplace that's not high puppy traffic place for them, and let them go potty where they feel like no other dog has pottied recently. And some of the safer spots for pottying while you're traveling with a young pup. Oh, Mr. Blue, he's gonna go potty next. He was whining, he was telling me. He's like, hey, get me out of here, I gotta go. Where's my potty break? Oh, we got Dark Blue gonna go potty, and we got Miss Teal back in there. She's going potty. So good girl, Teal, getting empty. So the other traveling tips are to take the less traveled exits and do that, and then be prepared with a little bit of water. They don't need a lot of water if they're not being super active. And be prepared with some toys, some crinkle toys and things like that, kind of keep them occupied. You can hold them in your lap as long as you're not driving, obviously. If a passenger wants to hold them in their lap, their pups are comfortable with that. And then also to have their little puppy blanket, things like that, handy to keep them comforted and snuggled while you're traveling. And then the pups do really well. A little bit of distraction from a novelty with a toy, plus being tuckered out, and also empty, and they usually travel really well for many hours. So a lot of families can drive for many hours during the day with their pup on their way home, and do just fine with that journey. So we've done a lot of miles with pups. We know what it takes to do that and do it well, and had a lot of success with that. Feel very comfortable traveling with it. So a few of the pups are starting to slow down. I think I'm gonna activate a patio heater and see which ones kind of start to congregate under the heat.